Now it's going to get a little interesting. Alright, so he puts it up, foot jab. Right? Right now. Go to the foot. So that's what we're working on. Again, so look, he puts it up here. Foot jab. Cross. I go kick. And I hit the cross right back. Now it's really important. He's kicking me a kick. Oh, kick. Man, that doesn't feel good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shin. But what I don't want to do is kick. I don't want to bring my leg back kick because I'm going to fall back. I laugh when he does it. He kicks. I bring up my leg right there and I step down. And as soon as I bring up my leg, I bring it up relaxed. Almost like to give with it. As you get more advanced, you can turn your knee. Don't kick when I turn my knee down, right? Turn your knee down like this. The guy kicks your knee, he's done. But for now, just go with it. As soon as the foot settles down, right into the cross. And it's more like a real kickboxing combination. For the more advanced guys, if you want to add the high left kick, that's great. Foot jab, cross, kick, shin block, punch, up here. Okay, let's go. Move his hip a little bit and fit things in. If you're not that level, you're not that kind of person, you're probably not going to be able to hit the person with the jab. You're going to have to throw the jab in the air, here. Yeah, inside. That's what most people can get away with. But the whole idea of the jab on this tactic is just to measure the distance to your target. I like in submarine talk, it's a ping. Okay? Most people, if he's standing there and I go jab, and I try to size in, I go jab, I'm going to be too close to side kick. Guys that know what they're doing, they'll throw their hand out without throwing the body into it. And they're perfect on the distance. Because you're used to adjusting your hip. And sliding in when you need to and not when you don't. If you're a beginner, you may need to go here in the air, bring up your right foot and point away from the person you're kicking. So when I'm kicking my left, my right foot will point away from them. That's the way I stabilize my weight. Step up this way, my knee comes up into my chest and then straight out. When my foot comes down, I step down into a horse riding position. So again, I go jab, step up, kick, retract, step down. Right punch, and then I reset. The whole technique, jab, side kick, cross. Put your hip in, so I'm standing here. Drive the hip in and step down, ready to punch. Okay? I don't move my foot before I kick. If I'm a beginner, I have to move my foot and kick and do all that. As you get better, you just slide in as you kick. Slide in as you kick. See that? You can do it. Getting it long enough. Just kick. Look at my hip. My hip does this. So when I go to do the kick, instead of doing this where he can see that, if I throw my hand upstairs and he's defending against a jab, all I have to do is get him to pick up this hand. That's the whole point of the jab. Once you know your distance, you don't need the jab that much. You throw it up to the air like this so he picks up his hand. So then you come right into the ribs. Remember, you're going right for that floating rib. Last rib or the intercostal muscle right here. You want. Pick any part of jab, side kick, and cross. Remember that you have to be able to follow up off the side kick. If you just do it the old martial arts way, you throw a side kick and you plant your foot, they kick you in the leg right afterwards. Jab, side kick, cross. Jab, side kick, cross. That's almost like I'm like that. And then the same thing across. And I keep like this. Huh? Not yet. Alright, so now remember your guard position. Elbows in, chin down. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is you don't block with both hands. Relax, that's what happens. Okay? Alright? Now let's say he goes 1-2. 1-2. Now let him do this. Now, is this the best case scenario how to block? No. But it'll save you a lot of times. How do you do that? Go. 1-2. I block it. I put my glove here and I put my elbow here. One way to shield. Some guys shield this way. I don't care which way you do it. Let's go shield it. Okay. The other thing you can do is you can parry. 1-2, 1-2. With the open part of the glove. It's not this. 1-2. Your chin is still down, your shoulders are still back. Okay? 1-2. I can also do this. Alright, depending on what your level is. Some of you are going to be comfortable using the cross block. Some of you 1-2 are going to feel comfortable using this. Some of you 1-2 with this. Some of you 1-2 and that's the way you do it. Everybody's different. You figure out what works for you. We're going to start off nice and simple. I'm going to step at him and I'm going to go 1-2. He's going to come back at me. 1-2. That's going to be our first drill. If you're more advanced, we're going to go 1-2 hook chop. Okay? You know who I'm talking to. If you're not familiar with any of this stuff, don't bother. 1-2 hook chop. So I go in at him. 1-2 hook. And he goes at me. I go at him. He goes at me. I go at him. He goes at me. Alright. Yeah, beginners are just going in. 1-2, 1-2. Okay? Keep your guard tight, elbows in. Worst comes to worst. 1-2, shield. Or 1-2, move. Something else you can do. You can just move. Take some space. Let's go. She goes. I leave 1-2 minutes cross. Hey. Now when I'm blocking the uppercut, throw it again. I gotta turn that elbow in. I could also just do this, but it puts me kind of like in that predicament of I can't see and I can't answer. Okay? The hook. Go to the hook. Here's a block for the hook. Go up the body uppercut, zip, chin uppercut. Elbow. Okay? Basic one. I step in. 1-2. She answers cross up. Alright? Just that. Okay, one for you. I go 1-2. She answers. I'm shielding twice. Off this switch, I'm going to turn my head. That also protects it because you don't see it coming towards your face. This feels a little safer.
Let's go. Opposite lead, hook cross.
Hook cross. Always. Double tap, kick. He's going to like, oh shit, that really sucks. So now I got to bury this. At the same time, kick. I'm still taking a lot of the brunt of it. So as he kicks, kick, I step in. I'm cutting off. Right now I'm punching him here. Broad. I really want to come up here. Okay? If it's the other leg kick, after a while that hurts too. So now as he's kicking, I want to go with it a little bit. He kicks, and I want to go there. So that's what we're going to work on. He's going to go 1-2 kick to this side. 1-2 kick to this side. That's all I want you to get used to doing. Bury it in here. Now the more advanced guys, 1-2 kick. 1-2 kick this side. I can answer to the same side or the opposite side. Sometimes 1-2 kick. I just kick under 1-2. Sometimes I just kick under. I don't even bother with the block. It's up to you. Let's start out right now. Block, block, this. If all you can do is block, 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 that's great. Start with that, and then we'll get your answer. Body kick again. Look, he's got a 1-2 body kick. Body kick, right? So remember, I said we can punch. I said we could kick under. 1-2 body kick. Right? And do that. 1-2 body kick. Shut up. Now when I do the under kick, he kicks here. I turn my arm out. See that? I basically turn my arm